Hello, 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 response practice participants. This is Coach Paula. Welcome to the reflection for week two, where we have been walking through the three words of go, now, and yes in our week of align. So I really, really hope this has been an eye-opening week for you. I hope as you're continuing in the practice, you are learning new things about yourself, and perhaps you're uncovering some patterns and things about yourself that have been good discovery. I can honestly say I have definitely, definitely been discovering some things about myself. So I just wanted to get on and talk about what this week has been. Whether you are watching this live or if you're catching the replay, by all means, feel free to share and comment and let me know what this week has been. If you're not currently a response practice participant, it's not too late. You can join us on this journey. I will put the link to join in the heading of this post. And so it's definitely, you can join Evergreen. You can jump and step right in on a given day, or you can go back to the beginning and start from day one. We are doing it right now through the month of June, the 30 days of June. But quite honestly, this is something we can do every day, every day. And so I encourage you to participate. So this week is week two of the practice, and we are focusing on align. And our three key response words this week, like I said, are go, now, and yes. And every day, we have a small yet powerful activity to do, a notice, and a move. And you are strongly encouraged to do all three, but not required. You certainly can do one, two, or all three. Certainly, all three really gets, a more comprehensive impact. But this is not about pressure. The response practice is not a pressure zone. It is a practice zone. And so, if that one thing hits you and you find um, a significant impact in the one thing, by all means, that's success in our world. And so what has this week been for you? I know for me, if I just talk a little bit about each of the words, just kind of briefly, go. I'll start with go. Something you've been delaying, and some like day 8, and then on the do's, move your body intentionally. So I'll talk about those two first. For me, I kind of have been delaying researching something that was like, I'll get to it. It was kind of lingering in the back of my mind, and I was procrastinating at the end of the day. And so I finally I researched it. I found that it was something I was interested in, and I invoked and activated it. So my goal was definitely something that was action packed. Go as far as do on day 11, as far as moving my body. I got up and did some exercise. I needed to do that. And so that was definitely something that I had been committing to do every day, but I had gotten a little, weak in my commitment. And so I recommitted to that. Speaking about go and notice, what have you been what have I been overthinking instead of doing? I had some things like that too, like I was overthinking some stuff, and I had to just arrest my thoughts and say, you know what, Paula, you need to acknowledge this, and you need to move on. What does my body need? For me, on day 11, that was movement, and it was water. Y'all know Coach Paula is always trying to drink more water. I probably need to grab it now and drink it. Go and move. Take the first imperfect step. Like, I didn't have it all right. I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know all the things I needed to do, but I needed to needed to move. And that was a big aha for me this week in everything that was going on. If I could say a recurring theme in general, clarity is not something that you always have at the beginning. And obedience doesn't require clarity. Clarity is something that comes in the journey. That was a very huge overarching theme for me in the go, in the now, and even in the yes. Like I needed to realize that, I'm going to be stretched. Like day 10, the dude talks about, yes, stretching you. in the now, like do it now, like act in 60 seconds, stop procrastinating and get it done. And so for me, sometimes I'm an analytical minded type person. And so I'm trying to, put all the pieces together and try to understand. And for this week, for me in particular, if I can reflect in the do, and it says reviewing my week and noticing where did I act with clarity, I acted with clarity in the moment. Clarity was not always something that I started with. There were a couple of actions and things where I kind of understood from the beginning, but by far, the majority were things that I did not have clarity on. I did not have understanding on, and I just simply needed to move. But trust, as I moved, then the clarity began to come. And it reminded me of that passage in the Bible where it talks, where Jesus was healing a group of people, and their healing wasn't immediate, but he healed them. And the Bible says, as they went, they were healed. And that always resonated with me. And so I think that ties in with this clarity. It's not always going to come, guys, immediately. If you wait for the understanding, you may be waiting forever because it may not come. And even as in the going, we may not get the understanding in that season. It may come later in a future season. And so that's one of the other words, response is later, right? So I just think that it's important to not only look at what's happening to us day by day, but to step back and to look at the more global picture for what's been happening over the week. And so as I continue to reflect here on day 14, identifying one aligned habit to keep, and for me, that is realizing that everything doesn't have to be understood and everything doesn't have to be scripted. There are a few things that happened this week that I could not have planned on my best day. And I had to learn because, sometimes, I get a little caught up in the planning, and I'm a project manager by professional trade. So I'm used to putting things together and lining up, the associated task and all that kind of stuff. So I can get very task oriented. But this week really taught me through the go, through the now, and through the yes, that, at the end of the day, everything is not going to be scripted. A lot of things, Paula, are going to be much more organic and in the moment, and you've got to be comfortable with that flow of in the moment. So I'm very curious to hear what some of your responses are for this week. What have you learned? What have you observed? And so we're getting to that midpoint now, and so that's kind of exciting. Don't lose heart, don't wane and don't draw back. Lean in. We got 2 more weeks, to do this, guys. And trust me, there is more and more and more to come. So what is that more? Okay, so let's look at week 3. Week 3, we're going to get clear. We were in a line. And week 3 now, we're going to be clear. This is where it gets real, baby, where the rubber meets the road, right? And so in week 3, our 3 focus words are going to be no, stop, and return. And so we'll do 2 occurrences of each of those 3 words in our actions, our do, our notice, and our move. And so let's lean in this week, guys. Let's be active about it. Let's participate. Feel free, to drop some comments or pop me an email. Let's talk about it. Let's be iron sharpeners one to another and help each other through this process of response, because the way you respond impacts your life. And so we are working through something. We are building our response muscle. And I'm excited for what's ahead for each and every one of us. So thank you so much for those that are currently on the journey with us, that those that aren't, come on, beep, beep, choo, choo, get aboard this train. Let's do this together. Thank you guys so much for your participation. And if you're watching the replay, hit hashtag replay and give me some feedback. But I do appreciate you guys being part of this journey with us. And there's goodness that's yet to come. So take care. Have a great day. Bye.